So this whole time I was honestly just waiting for The Boys season 5 to end so I could talk about this. And it's been weeks. I've been waiting for this for weeks and it's finally over. And now I get to talk about which comic book TV series in early 2026 was the best. So far we've had Maul Shadowlord, we've had Invincible season 4 and The Boys season 5 and Daredevil Born Again season 2. And in the end I'm going to be ranking these from best to worst. Now obviously it doesn't exactly mean that it was the worst. Yeah, I guess you can kind of consider like it was my least favorite. You could say it was good. I've already kind of ranked it, but that doesn't mean that they were all entirely bad. So let's just start with Mon Shadowlord. Honestly, I didn't see this specific TV series coming in. I feel like it got announced quite late and it just added a lot more interest for everyone, especially me. I didn't think the series was even going to be this great, to be honest, but the trailer was pretty convincing itself. The animation quality was a huge upgrade compared to the other Star Wars animated series like Clone Wars, you have Star Wars Rebels, the Bad Batch, all those other things. But Maul Shadowlord, I feel like that was a huge upgrade compared to the other TV series. A huge upgrade in animation. Now you can, if you watch the series, you can clearly tell they are very detailed. I mean, it seemed like Darth Maul had a lot of aura himself. Almost everyone, at least by everyone, I mean like the Inquisitors, Darth Vader, Darth Maul. Which, speaking of which, in the last episode, or actually, you know what, the semi-finale where one of the Mandalorian who works for Maul died a pretty brutal death. I don't want to get into details, but when I heard how she died, it was pretty horrifying. And I was like, I didn't even notice how it was that bad. I guess I just wasn't watching with headphones, so I couldn't exactly tell. But I was somewhat shocked to see that Vader came into the series. And speaking of that, the fight, the next, I mean, the finale, it was a whole fight between Vader and Maul and Daki and Devon, I believe that's their names. And all I'm gonna say is Vader didn't say a single word throughout the fight, even if he was just pushed or hurt. In fact, no, he wasn't even hurt at all. That's the funny part. He wasn't even hurt. He was just pushed a couple inches away, and that's the only damage that was given to him. So technically, he didn't even get damaged at all. Now, some people are saying that the main reason that he didn't have any voice lines is because of James Earl Jones' death, which doesn't really make sense to me because they literally had Hayden Christensen voice Darth Vader before in Revenge of the Sith, and I'm pretty sure in the Kenobi TV series as well. So it doesn't really make any sense as well. But honestly, I was quite glad to see we got a Vader versus Darth Maul fight because it was supposed to happen in Star Wars Rebels where Maul was supposed to die to Darth Vader, but that didn't happen. That idea got scrapped. So instead, they just made it happen within his own TV series, which was good. That finale carried it so much. But to be honest, I wasn't exactly expecting 2 episodes to come out in one day. So for me, it was Monday. So every day, Maul Shadowlord had 2 episodes coming out in one day, which actually confused me by a lot because I was like, why not just combine both of the episodes? Because each episode was at least around 20 minutes long. But then at the same time, I kind of understand why they didn't combine it. I guess it would be because there would be a lack of episodes. So, I mean, I guess it was fine. Length wasn't a problem at all. Honestly, I could wait. It wasn't exactly my biggest, I wasn't that desperate to wait for it. Like, I could wait. But compared to the others, like Daredevil, Born Again, The Boys, yeah, that was something else. But yeah, overall, Maul Lord was pretty good, honestly, but I kind of wish that they release every episode all together. I could be wrong though. That's probably a horrible opinion, so maybe just don't follow that. Okay, next one is Invincible. Now obviously, per usual, people complain about the animation, but if I'm going to be honest, I didn't pay attention to that. I didn't care about it at all. I think it was still good. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. But now as for the plot, well, if I'm going to be honest, Frag was an amazing villain, and I'm sure he's going to be an amazing villain in the future seasons as well. I mean, he literally had the Infinity Ray shot at him and like what, a millimeter away from him, and he didn't even flinch. And keep in mind that gun can potentially kill him as well. So that takes guts. That takes a lot of guts. And also another thing, episode 4, where Mark went into hell. and had to deal with Volcanica. That episode was, I'm not gonna say it was filler. I mean, it technically was filler, but I didn't mind it. I feel like this episode was way too overhated. I feel like people assume that Invincible is supposed to focus on its main lore instead of world building lore. I can kind of understand frustration because we only get 8 episodes every single year. So I guess people just wanted to get into the main story itself, just to not waste any time, which is somewhat understandable. But I feel like episode 4 was way too overhated. And another thing, Oliver, he talks too much. If I'm gonna be honest, he should, next time he encounters an enemy, he should literally just be careful. He tried to fight Thrag and Conquest again and tried talking about we killed Conquest when it was technically Invincible who did all the work. But yeah, I guess he just wants to take some credit as well, even though he was just a distraction, to be honest. But oh yeah, also let's talk about the elephant in the room. Conquest. He literally carried every single time he was in a scene with Invincible. Apart from when he was with Thrag, well, that was completely different. I mean, Conquest compared to Thrag, he's technically nothing. But Conquest carries so much, and I literally I love their rematch, to be honest. Although it doesn't compare as much compared to the season 3 fight, because Invincible got buffed like a lot. But that's what I thought at first until we got to the spaghetti scene. I'm just gonna leave it at that. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean. So Invincible season 4, I loved it, and I cannot wait for season 5 because the Viltrumites disguising as humans and living as so-called humans uh, in on Earth is by far my most interested. Like that's the arc of the Viltrumites that I find more interesting. Even though I haven't read the comics, I just heard it had happened. So I kind of predicted that it was going to happen within the finale of the episode, which I was actually glad about. Although predictions aren't can't always be great, but I'm just gonna say I was actually really satisfied that we're gonna be getting that storyline within the next season. Now, as for the boys, season 5, overall it was not a bad season. It was okay-ish during the starting. Well, let's just say that it was quite good, but then it slowly started to get a little mid. It wasn't so great. It wasn't so great. It wasn't so bad either, but there were some, well, I don't know what's the word for it, but there were some, well, boring things or stupid things, I guess, if we're gonna be honest. Like, first of all, there's too much edgy humor. Like, why is Kimiko all of a sudden a porn addict? Like, come on. I know she got on TikTok and there's probably some weird stuff there, but I don't think it's that weird. Someone literally compared her to a has-been hotel character, and honestly, I don't even blame them, especially with the swearing. I feel like there's been some overused swearing sometimes, especially with Huey when he met Translucent Sun. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Huey was swearing like crazy for absolutely no reason, and it just felt stupidly edgy and just didn't feel funny. I feel like this is a problem with many adult shows nowadays. They just try to swear and consider it some edgy humor and something that we will all love, when it's just stupid. Honestly, it's not the best thing. And the next thing is Black Noir's death. What exactly was his death? I mean, it was the worst death within the boys, in within the entirety of the boys, by the way. You're telling me in season 4 he was somehow able to tank a minigun, a shotgun, and I think a crowbar as well, if I'm not wrong. I don't remember. But but okay, we're gonna leave it at minigun and shotgun. He was able to tank that, but somehow he managed to get strangled and choked by a wire and killed by a knife by the deep. That doesn't sit right, and that did not sit right with anyone at all. I wasn't the only one who thought about this as well, by the way. Everyone was saying that in season 4 he tanked a lot of stuff. What happened in season 5? He just got heavily nerfed. I mean, when the deep was even strangling him, okay, let's just say the deep was strangling him and he was using his own strength, then he could have just flown into the ceiling and just knocked the deep back. I mean, come on, the deep is not that powerful compared to Black Noir, if I'm going to be honest. He should not have won that fight, and he shouldn't have been kept alive till the finale episode, as in the deep shouldn't have been kept alive till the finale episode, and I am so glad he died. And what I find kind of crazy is how Starlight actually tried to forgive him. I mean, she was literally giving him a chance. If I'm going to be honest, that takes a lot of guts, especially considering what the Deep did to her within the first season. No one would ever willingly give them a chance for what they did, for what he did. And I honestly kind of forgot about this, but the Supernatural reunion pretty pretty great, honestly. I watched Supernatural around last year and I finished it around this year. So obviously the reunion between Jensen and Jared and Misha, it was a pretty good reunion. It felt good to see them back together on screen again. So that was fun. That was a fun reunion as well. Though I kind of wish that Mr. Marathon and Alchemical didn't die. I think that was his name. I forgot, if I'm going to be honest. I wish it didn't die though, to be honest. But yeah, Soldier Boy. I mean, Soldier Boy. What was he? He was kind of complicated, honestly. I don't know why he kept working with Homelander despite him hating him and then loving him and then hating him and then loving him. It's just weird. It was a huge switch back. I I don't know. Soldier Boy was just weird, and he was more than likely an ad for Warp Rising. That's what many people say, and I don't think they're wrong about that at all. I was actually thinking that Soldier Boy was gonna turn against Homelander, which he should have done, but I don't know. I guess he just didn't want to for some reason. Now, the main thing, the finale for The Boys season 5. Oh my god. I loved the finale so much. I still think that finale is probably gonna be stuck in my head for quite a while now. Seeing Homelander when he was powerless was amazing. It was like when he was literally begging, it was honestly satisfying to just see him begging begging Butcher to just spare him and he'll just do, well, whatever he wants. Seeing him powerless, Anthony Starr, let's just say he acted, his acting was so good when he was being Homelander and he was powerless at the same time. I feel like that was the best part of him, or if that makes sense. What I mean to say is that that is the part where he peaked as Homelander. Well, maybe not, maybe there's some other better scenes, but it was satisfying to see Homelander powerless and finally get wounded and beaten by Butcher. And thankfully Butcher was the one who have killed him in the end. That is the ending we all wanted. Let's be honest, that is the ending that should have happened, and thank god it was Butcher that used the classic old crowbar of his and just killed him with it. Though if I'm gonna be honest, I kind of wish that Butcher, instead of instantly killing him, he just started beating Homelander with the crowbar for a while. You know, kind of like how Joker does with his opponents in Injustice. If you've ever played it and used Joker's ultimate, apparently he just gives some sort of crowbar beatdown and then just does some other random things. I kind of wish Butcher did something like that, because that would have been crazy. And I mean, Homelander was literally just acting like a baby when he got beaten up. That just showed that his whole life he was just dosed on Compound V, and when he was human, he was just human. He couldn't do anything anymore. He was just worthless, and that was satisfying to see. And it was sad to see Butcher dying, though. If I'm gonna be honest, that was a really sad death. But I guess I guess it had to happen. At least some of the main cast had to die. I'm so glad Frenchie died. I did not want to see him again. Now, as for the last one, Daredevil Born Again season 2. I'm gonna try to finish this up quick. So let's just say this season was a major step up from season 1. We all can agree, and we all can also agree Bullseye carried the season hard. Like, his aim was just like, how do I say this? It was honestly so cool to see him just aim accurately. That aiming is just honestly so cool. Honestly, I wish I kind of knew how to do that, to be honest. And honestly, I didn't expect Vanessa Fist to die, at least not before the season arrived. I could kind of see it happening because it was kind of teased sometimes. So, you know, that brought a bit of tension, and so did the finale as well. That brought a lot of attention. That brought a lot of tension as well, especially considering Matt Murdock literally revealed his identity to the public. So you can kind of imagine just how how do I even say this? Like just how insane that was. And now, unfortunately, he's in jail. Now I cannot wait to see how Kingpin is going to be acting in season 3 because he is returning in season 3. But it kind of looks like he's retired. So I don't exactly know what's going to happen with him. But I'm more interested to see what's going to happen with with the female version of Muse, because we all know there's going to be a new Muse coming, and the Defenders are coming back. But there is something really off about the finale. Why does Spider-Man Brand New Day show the hand attacking a prison? There is no way that Daredevil doesn't appear in Spider-Man Brand New Day. You're telling me the hand, who is a Daredevil villain, by the way, and yeah, sure, has only appeared in one season, and I don't think they have appeared in any other season. You're telling me they're attacking a prison where Daredevil is held in, their old enemy? Yeah, there is no way Daredevil isn't appearing in Spider-Man Brand New Day. I just don't see it happening. Okay, I'll have to wait for the movie to fully appear for them to actually confirm it. I think this is just another Andrew and Tobey Maguire situation. If I'm going to be honest, Daredevil is definitely appearing in Spider-Man Brand New Day. So overall, which TV series was the best? Let's start from last. From fourth position, I've had some careful thinking about this one, to be honest. Like, I wasn't exactly sure about this one as well after seeing the finale of The Boys and then Mall Shadow Lord as well. I mean, Mall Shadow Lord was a pretty good series, don't get me wrong. But my hype for that, I mean, I guess it wasn't as much because I was more desperate to see how The Boys was going to end. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to wait 2 more years to see to see another season of The Boys. So that's sad as well. So honestly, after some careful thinking, in fourth position, The Boys season 5. I don't hate it. It was just my least favorite. Like, this season was honestly a 7 out of 10. So that's actually fair rating. And in third position, easily Mall Shadow Lord. It wasn't as big as compared to the other seasons, if I'm gonna be honest. So honestly, Mall Shadow Lord coming in third position should be considered an achievement. And next up, Invincible. It was a pretty good series as well. It was a pretty good season as well. And lastly, Daredevil Born Again season 2. That's it. That's my rating. Honestly, I feel like this is a pretty accurate rating. I think we can agree. Maybe we can't agree. I won't blame you if you don't. Honestly, I don't even know what TV series I can wait for next. The next one I can wait for is My Adventures with Superman season 3, but that's coming out in wait, June. That's next month. Okay, I got another series coming up then. I'm lucky there. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you all next time.